I'm Dapper Dan. Well, my actual Daniel A, but Dapper Dan is my fashion designer name. I live my personal rags to riches story here in New York, and I will tell you about it now, and I will need some help with the difficult decisions I have to make. I spent my childhood in Harlem, Manhattan, where I lived with my family of 9 in a 3-bedroom apartment. It really were not the best conditions for growing up, and I had to find a way to earn my own money at an early age. It was clear that I had to find a possibility of getting an income, but how? My environment didn't make things easier, but luckily fashion was my passion. So, I was trying to get into the fashion industry. I had to decide how to go on with my life. Option A is to start my designing dreams right there and think of some creations, but without experience or reputation in this industry, making my own name could be very difficult. Option B is to work at a retail shop so I could see how things work in this industry. The risk is that I would not be working for my dreams, but for someone else, and would only get a small wage. A different option is to shoplift clothes from stores and sell them myself afterwards to make money. However, I could get caught while stealing and possibly end up in prison. Option D is to apply for a scholarship to study fashion at the renowned Rochester Institute. Unfortunately, they only take a certain amount of students, so it would be very hard to get in. Next, pause the video to make your choice. How should I go on? Let's evaluate. Option A gets 3 stars and option B 2 stars, option C is my actual choice. Good job. Only 1 star for option D though. In Harlem, criminality was not uncommon, and I made my living by selling shoplifted clothes out of my car in the streets. Later, I managed to open a boutique with my personal designs. To succeed, I needed to find my personal signature style that would distinguish my creations. I was mainly inspired by hip-hop culture, as my customers were famous rappers, athletes and drug dealers. But what should I use? One option is to plagiarize fits of sports brands to create a casual street-inspired look. I would risk getting sued though, because plagiarizing is illegal. Or, I could use fake gold chain details to imitate the rappers' looks on all my pieces. But my customers could judge me for not using real gold, which would affect my success. Another idea is to design oversized clothing pieces that are worn inside out, which would be but maybe too innovative and strange for my customers. Option D is to use logos of famous luxury brands like Louis Vuitton and print patterns of them onto the clothes. But again, this would be illegal and could get me sued. Pause the video and choose what to use for the signature style now. We'll be counting stars. For option A you get 3 stars, for option B 2. Unfortunately, if you chose option C there is only 1 star for you. You'll receive 4 stars with option D though. I actually made patterns with logos of luxury brands that I printed onto leather, my signature style. Louis Vuitton, Gucci and Fendi monograms were all over my hip-hop style designs. But I was not lucky for long. Unfortunately, the big luxury brands noticed my plagiarizing and sued me, so that my store was shut down. After that, I kept designing in the underground, but nothing glorious. Until one day, I noticed that a new Gucci jacket looked very much like the one I had designed years ago for Diane Dixon. Gucci designed and gave me no credits at all. How should I react to this plagiarism? Option A is to shrug my shoulders and not react. What could I do anyways? But I would not be treated right. Another option is to make a publicity for myself out of it. Yeah, look at that Gucci. Still, I might not get enough attention without official credits. Option C is to sue Gucci for plagiarizing myself. The risk is, that it is very expensive and I might not win against such a big brand. Lastly, I could pay Gucci back with copying one of their designs in return. Illegally of course, and the suing game would never stop. Press the pause button to make your decision on how to read now. Last chance for stars here. Option A is the correct one with 4 stars this time, congrats. The other options are 3 stars for B, 2 for C and only 1 for D. That's what I actually did, nothing? But things took a different turn when there was a shitstorm on social media against Gucci for plagiarizing me, and you wouldn't believe it, but Gucci then agreed to collaborate with me. The Gucci Dapper Dan collection launched in 2017. I finally made it to the top of the fashion world in New York City.